What is up, you badasses? I am back. It's been quite a while, probably about 3 or 4 weeks since I've actually done the whole face-to-face thing with you guys. I've actually done like a full-length movie review. I think that the last video I did was like the top 10 best home movies of 2018. I've not done the top 10 worst, but I'm pretty sure you guys know what they are. I'll just quickly tell you them here. Slenderman, Dead Boy C2, Victor Crowley, and there's a couple of others, but Slenderman is number one. But this video, I've seen a couple of new movies over the past couple of weeks, and I don't want to do like single like reviews on them. I want because like I don't really have like enough time because of the release of the Stalker Unrated extended cut, the world premiere of that, and then doing like the YouTube premiere of it like the very next day. It's been this very hectic working on audio, just working on that movie, alone. It's been very hectic, a lot of like production issues, a lot of issues behind the scenes of that. And yeah, but it feels good to finally have finished that movie so I can actually get back in this YouTube mode of making videos again. But I feel like just making the Stalker, that kind of pushed back my schedule on making YouTube videos. But yeah, it feels good to be back. A couple of stuff has happened. Only the other day I created this Beware little sign here. I created this. I think the black texture I did was great. It looks very creepy. I did say, and I drew that the other day. So yeah, Beware. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. And I've recently been reading a couple of horror comics. Well, at my shop they have this like $10 deal. And it's like this like actually wait, was it $9 or $5? I think it's actually $9, I think, and it was like $9 for like 10 comics, and for $10, and they had like different genres of comics out, like superheroes, and these were all like over 18 kind of comics. And yeah, there was like DC, there was like sci-fi, fantasy, all different kinds of comic genres. And yeah, I chose horror because that's kind of the genre I more relate to. That's what I'm more into right now. So yeah, the comics that came in that there was Texas Chainsaw Massacre, one of my favorite slasher, one of my favorite like massacre, really insane, crazy horror movies of the 70s. Really great movie, and this is actually a very gruesome comic as well. I was surprised actually how gruesome comics can actually be. This really defines bloody, gruesome, gory comics because there's actually a lot of it in there. It's actually quite disturbing. And then I got about 4 comics of Stephen King's The Dark Tower. So there's that one. There's that one. Where's the other one? Yeah, no, this is all over the place here. There's that one, and there's that one. So yeah, there's about 4. Stephen King's The Dark Tower. I think it's like an entire series. I think it's like 1 or 4 comics or something. The other comics that I got was American Virgin. I was creeped out a bit by the title, but and I'm kind of interested just by like the title, like American Virgin. Seems like maybe like a virgin killer or something. I don't know. I'm kind of interested in that one. What else was in this? There was Robert E. Horror. So I don't know really what that is, but yeah. Like majority of these comics I've not really heard of, minus Texas Chainsaw. There was the Dark Bloody. Yeah, haven't read that. Like I said, probably yeah. Actually, all these comics I've not read. I'm more on like the DC Marvel kind of comics. Nemesis, I think it is. Sorry, Nameless. Sorry, yeah, Nameless. Haven't read that. But no, there's a couple of really. I was actually surprised I actually found this in it, and I was really surprised at how really bloody this. Because I thought movies would go more gory than comics, because comics are all like they're all kind of like really painted images, but this really defines how creative you can get with a bloody comic. But yeah, they're the comics I got. And that's what's really happened. I guess the horror related topics. But I have seen a couple movies last week and the week before that. I've seen a couple movies. So I'm gonna just kind of do these reviews like in this one video, along with kind of keeping updates on my life, keeping updates on the Stalker and all that. But yeah, I hope you guys But I hope you guys got a chance to actually see the Stalker, because I think, yeah, like the entire Stalker crew, we're all really happy at what we achieved with the Stalker. We really like the final product, which was the Stalker, and yeah, we're really happy with our film, and yeah, we've got like a lot of great positive feedback from it, and yeah, we really appreciate your support while making the Stalk, and yeah, we cannot thank you enough. I mean, I could make like a whole probably 20-minute video just saying how much I'm grateful and thankful to you guys for the support you have given this project, because without you, the Stalk would just still kind of be in production. That's where it would be at right now. But yeah, you guys, yeah, you lifted it up off the ground, you lifted it out of the dead, and it's finally an actual short film on YouTube, and we're happy of it. So yeah, I've been working on that for the past like week, and there's been a world premiere, there's been a YouTube premiere, yeah, there's been just a ton of stuff happening. But yeah, I have seen a couple of movies. In the new DC animated movie, The Reign of Superman, and I've seen M. Night Shyamalan's The Glass, which is the third and final climactic chapter in the Shyamalan superhero saga, which includes Unbreakable, Split, and now the long-awaited Glass, which I'm gonna start off with talking about Glass. Glass was probably in my top 5 most anticipated movies of 2019. I mean, I was over the moon for this movie. I mean, I was hyped. I was like there opening day. I was there as soon as it hit my theaters. The first night, I literally just ran out to my theater and I watched Glass. Because I mean, I was excited. It's probably like top 5, maybe even top 2. Because I mean, I love Unbreakable. I love Split. I love M. Night Shyamalan's like type of storytelling. I love the way he does storytelling in such a different way of what other directors do. I think that's what keeps him a unique director and storyteller. But I'm gonna just start this by talking about Glass. Just so yeah, like I said at the beginning of this, is Glass is the third and final climactic chapter in the Shyamalan superhero saga, and it once again stars Bruce Willis, Samuel.L. Jackson, um, James McAvoy, and the returning cast, and some of the returning cast from Split, and the returning cast from Unbreakable, with a couple of new faces. It has Samuel Jackson's mother this time, and I think she was very briefly in Unbreakable for a couple of like flashbacks. I actually only recently watched Unbreakable last night, and like before I went to see Glass, I watched Unbreakable and Split back to back before I went to see Glass that night. And yeah, it's basically Glass is basically what Unbreakable was supposed to be, because M. Night Shyamalan has came out and said originally in the original Unbreakable script, he was originally going to have James McAvoy's character, and he was going to confront with Bruce Willis's character, and there was going to be this whole like climactic like battle between James McAvoy's character, Samuel Jackson's character, and Bruce Willis's character. But yeah, so I guess you can say Glass is kind of the Unbreakable that we never got to see, kind of, because it has all 3 characters. They're coming together. They've had their solo movies. They've had their origin of superhero, supervillain, and they're coming together for the climactic battle. And I think what I liked about this movie was James McAvoy. I mean, whenever he's on screen, he reprises his 23 roles once again. Like he plays 23 personalities. Like he plays Kevin, David. He plays Kevin, David. My favorite, Hedwig. I like burgers. Geez, sorry about that. I cannot do a good Hedwig impression. But yeah, he's once again reprising his role as his 23 personalities. And I mean, James McAvoy is a show stealer here. He shows every scene. He steals every scene he's in. He puts so much effort. I mean, I can imagine how like that would be hard, because there's actually some scenes where it's all just one take, which personality just like. And Galassi does a couple of new things with James McAvoy's character. Like there's this like storyline, I guess it's kind of like a subplot with these lights, and these lights like glare at him, and he changes personalities from the dangerous ones to the more safer and kinder ones. And I think, I don't know, I thought that was kind of I thought that was a pretty good kind of like side plot, at least an interesting aspect of Glass. But yeah, James McAvoy, he is the show stealer here. and it's so good to see him reprise his role as his 23 personalities once again, and he does not disappoint. I just cannot see how he can do that. Play 23 characters or play 23 personalities. I can imagine that just being insanely hard. Like that requires some next level acting right there, and he certainly pulls off this role. He pulled it off in Split, and he once again pulls it off in Glass, and yeah, he steals every scene that he is in. And Bruce Willis is good, and Samuel L. Jackson, he is good. For the majority of the movie, like the first two acts, he's kind of put to the sideline because he doesn't really talk. Actually, he actually did not talk really at all during at least the first hour of the movie, maybe even a little bit more. But yeah, he didn't really talk, he didn't really do much, he was just kind of set to the sideline. But he does come into play into the third act, because I'm not going to get into spoilers about the third act, but if you know anything about M. Night Shyamalan, you know that he is a very twist ending. He likes his twist endings, and yeah, this like Glass has been his baby. He's been leading up to this for many years, and it's like so this was the Unbreakable we were originally going to see in the 2000s, but we never got. Which, yeah, nah, this it's. I mean, I can definitely see M. Night Shyamalan's vision here. It looks like he once again his storytelling in this is quite good, and his direction it is some scenes that are absolutely beautifully like well directed, and the cinematography. The I think the cinematographer that was from Split. I think he came back to do the cinematography for this movie, and yeah, like the cinematography in this is absolutely good. I guess where my so yeah, I think yeah, all the acting was yeah, all the performances yeah, like they were great. Samuel L. Jackson, he gets his moment, like he gets his time to shine when it happens, but it's kind of a build up for his character. His character's kind of put to the sideline for the majority of the movie. It's a quite a long build up, but I think one thing that really kind of I lose step back in my seat. I was just like, whoa, man, I'm not Shyamalan. You're the dude here. Where I was like, because you know, for these kind of superhero movies, they always kind of get you like attached to the superhero. You're always on the superhero's side, and you're like, yeah, the supervillain's motive is weak and all that, and you don't want to vote for the supervillain because you know he's bad and all that. So yeah, but for this Glass, I was surprised. Like I was on the supervillain side. I was just like, I want to see these supervillains like succeed in what they're trying to do, because Samuel L. Jackson's character and James McAvoy's character, like because they have this disorder, and they want to share the message with the whole world. They want to know that supervillains is a thing and this disorder, and I think the movie also has a great message. This is where the message of the movie kind of comes into play. What is it? Doesn't matter if you are different. Doesn't matter if you have a disorder or not. You still should be treated as a normal person. Just because you're different or you have a disorder does not mean you should be treated differently. You should. Everybody has the same amount of feeling, has like the same amount of trust and freedom in the world. And just because you have a disorder does not mean you can treat them differently. And yeah, it's like I feel like that message I'm not Shyamalan, he has such a great and rare message in it. I feel like that's a message that I feel like it will connect with a lot of people, because there are people that have disorders, and I feel like this was a message that was that was that was made for people like me, people with disorders. I'm not trying to say that in a bad way. I think this is a great movie that will give really justice to those people, and it will give them hope and and all that. I feel like that message it was really strong, and that's the message that the Beast and Mr. Glass. That's the message that they're trying to share with the world, and that's their motive. And I was like, I'm on your side. I mean, I want to see Mr. Glass and the Beast succeed in what they're trying to do. I want them to succeed in sharing this message with the world, and knowing that supervillains is a thing, and that having powers and having this disorder is not a problem. And I think the third act and just I think the whole movie, I think it really gives justice to that message, and I left happy with that message. What else with it? This movie kind of like the same I guess storytelling as Unbreakable and Split. Because if you look at Unbreakable and Split, there's no action in those movies, because those two movies, those two movies, they are character driven movies. They are origins of these superheroes, supervillains, and once again, Glass, it really has no action until the third act. The third act is where the twist ending comes into play, and yeah, and some big heroic stuff goes down in the third act with there's action in the third act, and yeah, that's kind of what Glass relies on. Also, is it's more character driven, more of a building up these characters to meet each other. Also, another thing also is I'm just kind of all over the place here, sorry about that. But another thing I just gotta say, because this is a movie I'm just so passionate about. I've been wanting to see this for like 20 years now, since Unbreakable. I've been wanting, since I watched Unbreakable for the first time, I was like, okay, yep, give me Glass right now. I mean, I've been, yeah, like hyped for this. I've been salivated for since I watched Unbreakable for the first time and Split. I'm like, I want to see Mr. Glass. I want to see Bruce Willis's character. I want to see the Beast meet each other, and yeah, and another thing, yeah, I just really like is the chemistry between the Beast and Mr. Glass. I felt their chemistry from the first time they met. It's like they have some of the best scenes in this movie. Is their chemistry is just so good in this movie. And as for the third act, I can't really talk about that. I mean, I might do a spoiler review, spoiler talk on Glass maybe. Um, it's but I'm hoping majority of my audience has already seen it. But just in case, I won't spoil that ending. But it's definitely, I think Glass as a sequel to Split, as a sequel to Unbreakable, I think this is more of a sequel to Split than Unbreakable, because I mean there's definitely those Unbreakable connections, and there's those Unbreakable references, because there's definitely a lot of Unbreakable references in there. A little scene, cameo that was in Unbreakable that comes into play in Glass again. It's like it's been 20 years since the events of Unbreakable, and they're finally meeting up again and all that. And I can't talk to you about that. But yeah, I think the third act. I think the last 20 minutes is probably where the movie disappoints for me. Because I was just like, what does this mean? What is that? What does that mean? What is this connected to? I'm like, "Eeh." Like I was running like a Windows 95 computer, because I don't know, I just did not find myself really enjoying the action. And there's also movie relies like a lot of on a lot of POV shots, like first person perspective shots. But I won't lie, the action, it was fun when going down, and yeah, I feel like it's just probably like the last 20 minutes, or probably the twist that where I was just like, yeah, no, I could have gone for a better twist there. But I don't know, I think besides, I think I won't lie, the twist was really right, and this has been worldwide, so this is not a spoiler, is that Glass was going to show some Unbreakable, which I've never seen before, Unbreakable footage, and I think that footage was cool to see. I can't tell you what scenes they are, because this is like non-spoiler, because the movie only recently just came out. I think it was like 2 weeks ago or something. And yeah, but yeah, I saw Glass opening night. Like I said, I was hyped for this movie. I mean, I own Unbreakable on DVD. Let's see, yeah, righty. I mean, this movie is probably one of the best movies. Unbreakable, I consider a masterpiece. Split, I love. And what these movies are is they are an origin story, and that's, yeah, okay, I'm kind of heading to spoil territory. This is going to be so hard to not talk about without spoiling. Yeah, jeez. But yeah, I guess that's all I can really say is, yeah, the action was cool in the third act. I think it's just like I think it's the last 20 minutes where I was just like, this is still entertaining, but just not as good as the first two acts. Because the first two acts, I mean, I was engaging. I was like, yes, this is Glass. This is what I want. But yeah, I mean, Glass, it treats itself like a Split sequel more than a Unbreakable sequel, which I know. I guess Unbreakable. I guess that's such a dear movie. A dear movie. My voice. Sorry. Uh, but I guess yeah, Unbreakable. It's such a dear movie to my heart. Yeah, I want to see it with a sequel. But definitely has that connection. It definitely has like the whole sequel thing in it, but it treats itself more as a split sequel, if that makes sense. So it's sorry, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Glass. I mean, I think so far it's up there as one of my favorite movies this year so far. And it's only the beginning of the year. It's only January. This movie might not be at the end of my top 10 best list by the end of the year. It might be, it might not be. I mean, we still have a lot of movies to come ahead of us. We still have Avengers for Endgame, which I'm super hyped for. And yeah, 2019 is going to be a great year for film. But yeah, so far this is my favourite movie of this year. And I cannot wait to see it again because there's definitely things that I really want to clarify myself. And I'm like, because I feel like second time around I'll be like, oh, okay, so I missed that in the first viewing. I missed that. Okay, that makes more sense now. Okay, that makes more sense. And yeah, I feel like the second film will bring hopefully everything together. And that third act will hopefully make more sense. But yeah, the action was. I'm not saying I hate the third act. I'm just saying the last 20 minutes was disappointing. I guess this was kind of disappointing as an Unbreakable sequel, but yeah, I'm not like as a standalone movie and just pretend Unbreakable does not exist, pretend Split does not exist as a standalone movie. Glass is fantastic, phenomenal, but I think I could have gone for more of an Unbreakable sequel. Cause I feel like that's more of the masterpiece movie to people. That's more of that that's what people want to see, is the Unbreakable, I guess, side of things. And I was kind of going in wanting that Unbreakable sequel. I guess I kind of wanted to see the Unbreakable Split sequel. That's like there's definitely those connections in there, so I don't know really what I'm talking about, but hopefully I've made myself clear for that. But yeah, the last 20 minutes it was starting to like the twist, and it's kind of like, eh, okay. But yeah, I hope yeah. Cause yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it again. Hopefully, hopefully the twisting will click with me and I'll understand it better. But anyways, yeah, that's my quick review on Glass. It felt like that was actually a real long review. I mean, there was more things I wanted to actually talk about. I mean, I should just cut this video and just put the whole like Glass review in it. Just cut out the whole opening bit, cut out the whole part I'm about to talk about, and just make a whole just separate Glass review on it. But just make a whole like separate Glass, because this review has felt like a full-length movie review actually. So yeah, that's my review on Glass, and yeah, as my rating for it, and I think it is enjoyable. Um, I it's like it's perfectly enjoyable. I might say it's great when I see it a second time, so I might hold on to that rating for a little bit until I see this movie. Maybe again I might put my rating on social media, but yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle of saying it's enjoyable and it's great because there's so many things I loved in this movie. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if to say it's enjoyable or great, but yeah, I might hold on to that rating. So yeah. So anyway, let's go on to the next movie, and that is The Reign of Superman. This is the new DC animated extended universe movie, the new DC, animated universe that they're recently doing. First it was The Death of Superman. Now what's The Reign of Superman, which is the sequel to The Death of Superman. And this movie, I saw in a packed audience, packed with Superman fans. Like people were just so excited for the reign of Superman. Like people next to me, like when they first saw Cyborg Superman, and they saw like all these Supermans, they were like, yes, like people were like we were cheering in my audience. It was absolutely amazing. But I saw this in the double feature, the Death of Superman and the Reign of Superman. $22 cost for the ticket. And yeah, I saw this in a packed audience with tons of Superman fans. Yeah, it was amazing, and the people just would not stop talking about just how awesome, because I could just tell that they were hardcore DC comic readers, and they were just passionate, and they were just so excited to see the reign of Superman. And I was only there for the reign of Superman because the movie didn't come out till I think it would be I saw it on the 13th, I think, and it didn't come out to a Sunday, so I got to see it a day early. So yeah, and I I really enjoyed the Reign of Superman, probably the best DC animated movie I've seen in a while. I mean, this is what Justice League should have been. This movie is what Justice League should have been. It should have had Darkseid as the villain. It should have had all this epicness. This movie was just so epic. I mean, it had Cyborg Superman, Superboy, it had all these Supermans coming together, and yeah, it gave me everything I wanted as a DC fan, as a Superman nerd inside of me. It made me happy, man. Yeah, I was like, I was only there for this movie, and it was so worth the $20 ticket. I mean, this movie was just so epic. I mean, after the movie, I could not stop smiling at what I just saw. I was just like, this is a DC nerd's dream come true. This it's just like the action, the story, just bringing all these like Supermans together, and just like I think the movie's also inspirational because it actually has a message behind it is is because like Superman to he inspired everybody to become superheroes, and that's why all these like Superboy, Cyborg Superman, that's why all of these other Supermans are coming together is because they're there because Superman inspired them. And I feel like that's that whole message of just someone inspired you so much to do something and to never give up on that and just keep on pushing towards it. I feel like that message it's used and hit to its full potential. The third act, like whenever Darkseid was on screen, actually, yeah, so I'm sorry, I have to get into spoilers here. But whenever Darkseid was on screen, I mean, he's kind of this movie's kind of only hinting at the real big battle that will be happening in a future Superman movie. They're only hinting at Darkseid. But yeah, the action, the animation looks fantastic. Darkseid's voice is actually voiced by the guy who played Candyman, Tony Todd, which is really cool. But yeah, Cameron Monaghan, he voiced Superboy, which was perfection right there. If you don't know Cameron Monaghan, he plays Jerome and Jeremiah on Gotham, and you're just seeing all these familiar voices like coming together in a movie. And I just, no, I love this movie. Like I said, it gave me everything I want. I cannot stop talking about that how much like I loved this movie. The action was great, the story was great, the animation style was great, the voice work was phenomenal. Um, any problems with the movie? From memory, I don't think I have any problems with this movie. This was probably one of the best DC animated movies I have seen. It gave me way more than my expectations. I mean, I didn't expect to see Darkseid. I didn't expect to see all these familiar voices. So this movie probably it went way above my expectations, and it gave me way more as a fan than just like a normal moviegoer. And yeah, no, it was just I feel like I feel like why I'm speaking like this about the movie is because I watched this. This was my first DC animated movie to watch in a packed audience, in a packed Superman audience, and you're just seeing them just like talk so passionate about this and them like cheering like yay Superman and all that. I don't know. I felt like that was just so like yes to me. It's like very hard to yeah, it's very hard to describe. But yeah, the Reign of Superman, and I watched it with my dad, and my dad he enjoyed it. He said it was better than he expected it to be, so that's a thumbs up. But yeah, I'm trying to think of any problems I had. I guess like also another thing that this movie delivers on is the black suit. Is this movie has the black suit? See, this is what I mean by the Reign Superman, it should have been the Justice League that we never got. It has Darkseid, it has Black Suit Superman, it has all these Supermans coming together. It's just so awesome, it's so epic. You're like, yes! I'm like, oh my god, like praise to the director for actually making this movie as in oh shit, you have made one hell of a movie, dude. I mean bravo. Best Director of the Year award. Well, Best Animated Director, should I say, of the Year award. Yeah, I mean, like, give it to this guy, man. He did such a terrific job really taking on a project like this and really making this, and really making this the Justice League we never got to see. And then, that's what I mean, this is what Justice League should have been. We should have seen the black suit. We should have got Darkseid as the villain. It has all. When I was watching, that's what I was saying to myself. Is what Justice League should have been. I mean, Justice League, it's not an awful movie, but there were all these like rumors going around saying Darkseid was going to be the villain. We were going to see Black Suit Superman, Justice League, and we watch it. It's Superman's resurrection. When he resurrects in that movie, it's the blue suit. But I'm not hating on Justice League. I own the movie up there, so I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying that this is the movie that Justice League could have been. Like, I could make a whole separate video on how the reign of Superman could be like Justice League. I could make a whole separate video, but I don't know, there's just elements in this where it's just like, this is the Justice League movie that we never got to see. But yeah, anyways, like as in like the real life action Justice League that we never got to see. But anyways, yeah, they're my thoughts. This is the best DC animated movie I have seen in a long time, and yeah, I enjoyed the shit out of it. So anyways, yeah, they're my reviews for Glass and the Reign of Superman. I didn't want to do separate reviews on these movies, because you know I have school going back in a couple of days, and yeah, I just wanted to have time to make like separate reviews, and that's kind of why I haven't been getting many videos, because first off of the Stalker, the world premiere, the YouTube premiere, and along with, I think when school goes back, you'll be definitely getting delayed on videos. Then I'm sorry I've not been posting as often as I have. The only recent video that you got was the Wolfman. That was the other movie I watched recently. That was not from this year, but yeah, I watched the extended director's cut of that. And yeah, so I feel like when I get back into school, I feel like there'll be a big delay for videos. Then I mean I might post my thoughts on Instagram, Twitter. Just follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Dubs Movie Reviews. I posted my thoughts on Glass on my Instagram because I didn't think I would do a review for Glass, but I did end up doing it. So yay, I guess. But when I go back to school, I'll be more likely just posting my quick thoughts on Instagram because I don't have the time to actually film an entire video and then edit it. I won't have that time next year. So yeah, and I don't think I'll be working on any projects as in like short films next year. The only one I have upcoming now is The Search for the Stalker, which is the Stalker sequel, which is in production. So yeah, there'll be a definitely big delay. So yeah, follow me on Instagram, Twitter for my thoughts on the new movies that'll be coming out, which is I think the newest one that'll be coming out is Escape Room. Is Escape Room, Lego Movie 2, and yeah, I guess all my thoughts on those movies, they'll more likely be on my Instagram. So if I get time, I'll try and put out a review, but you gotta understand, I'm in year 10, and yeah, it's just really hectic. School is not easy. Anyways, my thoughts on Glass and the Reign of Superman. So anyways, if you guys have seen The Reign of Superman, or if you have seen Glass, I hope you have. That movie was so hard to talk about without spoilers. I mean, just like that ending is so much to talk about in that ending, man. I mean, yeah. But anyways, if you have seen Glass, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. And if you have seen The Reign of Superman, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a good rest of your night, and I'll see you in the next movie review.